Thank you for listening today.
I'm really glad that you're here.
I can't do it anymore. Welcome to the Why Can't We Be Friends podcast. I'm Holly Feltz.
I'm Sallie Dale.
And this is a podcast where we talk about whatever the heck we want. And you like to listen because you're our friend.
This is a podcast where we talk like this. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
The whole time. Okay, you probably don't want to hear that anymore. Okay, listen.
We lost listeners just now.
Dang it. Okay, well, if you're still here, listen. And you listen too. So, you know, I'm a photographer. Maybe a listener doesn't know. But I thought that I should tell you I do photography.
You've been keeping this a secret from me.
I know. It's been a secret since I was 14. So I'm just telling you now. So obviously, I do a lot of wedding photos, but I also do a lot of senior photos. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've done senior photos since I was a senior. And boy, have the times changed. So
do you still shoot a lot like down by the train tracks and in
it's
front
actually
of a downtown door?
It's actually illegal to shoot on train tracks in Oklahoma.
Okay. A lot of people were shooting down on the train tracks when I was a kid.
I know. You can get fined up to like $10,000 now if you are caught.
Is that photo worth it? I don't think so.
You tell me. I feel like I've got a good handle on when a train's going to come. I'm not shooting at train tracks anymore, but I'm just putting that out there. But it's, it is what it is. Anyways, yeah, you don't do that. But do a lot of senior photos. And this is the season of proms and graduation. And I know that I'm getting older because I show up and I start to feel self-conscious about what I'm wearing in myself as the authority in the situation, the one who should be more confident. Mm-hmm. I start to doubt, is my makeup okay? Did I curl my hair? Because teenagers today look like they're 30, almost, like most of them. I'm saying they look so much older and they act older and they have these whole little lives to when I'm like, man, when I was in school, this was not the case. I had some things happen to me in school that I'm confident kids today didn't have happen to themselves.
Well, I don't think they go through awkward phases, which, side note, I saw a meme yesterday that said, hey, Gen Z, you love dressing like the 90s, then why don't you overpluck your eyebrows? Come on, commit already. It's like, that is true.
I have old photos where my eyebrows, there was no in between. They were either like longer than caterpillars on my face, like went almost back to my hairline.
Yes.
Or I had plucked
thin little,
just a wisp, a wisp of a brow.
A hint of an eyebrow.
Yeah, I just liked that barely there eyebrow look. I also thought like blue eyeshadow was probably the choice.
Do you know what I did? It was really trendy to pick two totally different colors and then split them on your eyelids. So
with a hard line.
Mm-hmm, so I would do like bright green with the blue on the other side. And looking back, I remember my mom just going, huh. And now I realize why, because that was what girls did. Or they would do like red on half and then orange on the other. But I was never a makeup
queen.
And one of my friends told me, I was talking about an eyeshadow I liked. And one of my friends goes, what? Is it just a varying shade of eyelid? And I was like, no, it's a nude pink.
I had a signature eyeshadow combo in 2008, 2009. I called it the cotton candy eye.
Oh, was it pink and blue?
Oh, you know it was. And I confidently did that with the hard line, no blend in the middle to where it was just like, and I would poof my bangs up like with the little clip. And I was like, how are the boys going to stay away?
We need to do a YouTube video where we try to see if the muscle memory of doing those. Because I did eyeliner. I also, I curled my hair. And when I say curled my hair, I mean took the tiniest section possible and curled it all over, all going the same direction. Don't comb it through at all. Just perfect.
The comb ringlets. Through was something that I discovered more recently.
That didn't come into play until probably like 2015.
Yes, because I also have a bunch of photos where I would take, my selfies. Really loved a good selfie. And man, those curls were just begging. Even just some
Tight.
fingertip combing.
Yes.
Didn't even have to be a brush, just a little bit of attention to them. They were really craving that, and I just couldn't give it to them. They had to stay in place. They had to stay tightly curled.
Did you wear, I had some weird fashion trends too.
Oh, yeah. I've got some good stuff.
Embarrassing. I don't know if I've said this before or not. I got from Anthropology my senior year, I maybe had them before, these really cute aprons. They were adorable aprons. But here's what I did. I wore a tank top and shorts.
Beautiful.
And then with an apron over it. So that from the front, it looked like a dress. And then from the back, it was
a
just
surprise.
a tank top and shorts. So it was like party in the front.
It was like a reverse
casual.
mullet,
It was.
but for clothes.
And I remember people like complimenting me. It's like a cool, artsy. It was really artsy.
It was abstract.
Cool. Yeah. And I confidently wore, I have a few outfits that I'm like, I confidently wore that out in public. There are photos somewhere, and I did.
Let me tell you something.
What did you wear?
This is good. So about, we're going to say being a freshman, okay? My dad had this thing, okay, where he was visiting a lot of stores that had, or I want to say some of them were like gas station, classic, those Bible shirts, or
Yes.
just a Christian shirt,
Car-
and it would be,
Caruso, isn't that
it
the
would
brand or
have,
something like that?
yes, and it would have, I'm referencing one that I definitely had and wore, and it was the Call of Duty logo, but it was
Yes.
called to duty.
Yes.
And he would buy me them almost on a weekly basis.
Did you love them?
I did.
Or did you wear them because your dad got it for you and you?
I think it was both. I think I was
Okay.
like, oh, that's a good one. And
I love a good biblical pun.
I had this green sweatshirt that I would wear, and it had like the recycling logo on it, but it
Yes.
said reborn. And then one of my all-time favorites was a red shirt with a blood drop on it, and it said, a blood donor saved my
Yes,
life.
I know that one. Oh my gosh.
That mixed in with a bunch of Twilight t-shirts. That was kind of my wardrobe in middle school.
My friend Cameron had one of the Bible puns. It was supposed to, it looked like Abercrombie and Fitch, and it said a breadcrumb and fish.
I know that one. Tell me you live with
I
Oklahoma.
thought it was hilarious. I bought Andrew one time when we were married a shirt from Mardell that had as a joke, it had a guitar on it and it said, "Base your life on Christ."
I think
Pretty
they're
sure I
great.
bought it. I think it's amazing they can still just keep coming up with all these puns, and that
do.
there's a department somewhere where someone's oh, that's a good one. I'll make some art for that.
All I'm saying is, if I'm gonna work in that company, that's the department I want to be in. They're having the best days. They're having a lot of fun.
I'm a princess. My daddy's the king of kings. It's like, oh, these shirts are so. If you own one of these shirts, we're just.
I feel like
We love them.
I feel like I have a box of them still because I couldn't bring myself to get rid of them. So maybe I'll have to go check a certain box that's tucked away.
Bring them back. Wear
And
those
maybe
to your
I'll
workouts.
just say nothing and just show up in the next
I would love that.
podcast episode and just be sitting here wearing it like it's nothing. I had also, there's just some things that just stay with you that happened in school, or maybe just moments of your life that you're like, I can't believe that happened. There was a moment it was 8th grade math class, to be specific, and it was silent and we were taking a test. I can still see the calculators out on everyone's desk. It were the classroom calculators, the blue and yellow ones. And I was sitting at the back with my friend. Either we were already done taking our tests or we were just not taking the test. Either are likely. And I remember we were laughing really hard, but really silent.
Yes.
Because it was dead silent in the room. And I remember that I laughed so hard.
Did you rip a big part?
I ripped a big part. And the worst
Did everyone turn around and look at you?
So the worst part is Like, people kind of, like, looked side to side, but it was also, like, where did that come from? We were at the back of the room.
Surely they didn't just fart.
So it wasn't like it was, like, it was her. But there was one boy.
Oh, no.
Who just happened to be, like, the hottest boy in school. And he was the closest to us. And I remember him looking over his shoulder and looking into my eyes. And me panicking. This is what I did. I was wearing ballet flats. Remember when ballet flats were just everything? Yeah. So they were these little gold ballet flats, the little bow on the... Everything is very vivid in my memory from this because it's traumatizing. And I remember my instinct was to go, something's in my shoe that made that sound. And I went in and I was so like fidgety and nervous. I ripped out the tag that is like printed into the insole of my shoe. I was like, it was the shoe. And I guess I said that my shoe farted. When it was so obvious.
Did you ever watch Unfabulous with Emma Roberts?
Oh, wow.
Because there's a whole episode
I forgot that was in my brain.
About this exact same scenario.
I mean, that's just traumatizing. Also, I do think it's funny, number one, that somehow farting or pooping comes up every other episode at least.
It's a normal part of human
life.
It's
so embarrassing, but it really is something that we all do. But even if the roles were reversed and someone like that did that in class and it was me noticing that someone else did it, I'd be like, oh my God. I can't believe
I've never farted in my life.
I never have released a gas. Ew. But yeah, that was traumatizing. I still hate to think of it. It makes my chest hot.
I don't remember ever burping or farting in class, but my stomach would growl like a lion before lunch.
Uh-huh.
And it doesn't do it often now because I'm never hungry enough.
Don't let
myself go hungry like that. But it'll get to the point where I'm just breathing, and if I push my stomach in and out, it's like like that.
Oh my God.
It's crazy. I'll have to fast or something so that you can hear it. So I would be sitting there just breathing, and it's like every growling so loud.
People are like, what is wrong with her?
And I was like, I'm just hungry.
Shut up, man. You guys never get hungry.
I don't remember farting, or I just remember social faux pas or just feeling like I wasn't wearing the right outfit. Like everyone, like, you guys are all wearing different jeans than me.
It's funny you say that.
I should be wearing different jeans.
Because, I mentioned at the beginning of the episode that I've done photography for a while. And when I was 16 years old, I had a close friend to Micah and I, because obviously I knew Micah at this time. And she knew that I was into photography, was like, you're so great. I'm going to refer you to my friend who owns a law firm.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to also say this is like one of the top law firms in just here, like in Oklahoma, probably in certain regions. Either way, they're very, very big law firm. I was like, absolutely, I will do their photos. Also, just to say, I did not have I did not have the proper equipment. I think they were anticipating. I remember touching base with like the secretary ahead of time to see, what time, get all the logistics set, and her being like, how much space do you need? I was like, anywhere will do. Yeah. Like, we can go wherever you want. Like, it'll be fine, because all I had was just a camera.
I don't need anything specific.
But
we can do it in the dark.
She's like, do you have space for lights, like a backdrop? I was like, no, I've got my camera and me. So in true professional form, I brought my best friend with me to the photos. And I was wearing, when I say hot pink, I need you to know that it's hot pink cut off denim shorts. Pretty short. I mean, I've got very long legs, so it doesn't take much to make shorts look pretty short on me. Short shorts and a Winter Park, Colorado t-shirt. And I had my sunglasses on top of my head. And I had my lanyard, because lanyards were really cool in high school to carry, have your keys on. So pretty sure I had like a camouflage lanyard. Mm-hmm. Real good, Sand Springs girl. And a little crossbody bag. And I was just holding my camera. I had some Converse on.
Were you chewing gum? Because in my
Probably.
my mind,
I might as well be. Okay.
I'm here for the picture.
I might as well have some lip gloss on too and be chewing my gum. And yeah, my best friend who was with me was probably, I think she was in like athletic clothes. Like it just screamed either my daddy works here and I'm coming to visit him. Definitely didn't scream this is the professional photographer coming in to photograph, I don't know, really important lawyers and suits. And I remember walking in and being like, wow, it's so nice in here. And I was like, yeah, I'm here to take pictures. I still remember it was a super dark conference room, and one by one, because they're like paging all of the lawyers to come in, and one by one they're coming, and I'm like, what if you just like have a seat right here? They were so short. I'm like so embarrassed being a true professional photographer now, because I would wear a blazer and slacks if I was doing this job now.
Do you think that they even used those photos, or do you think they paid you?
Here's what I have to tell you.
What happened?
The photos were so bad. They were so bad that I didn't even deliver the photos, and I told them, I'm really sorry, but please don't pay me. They didn't turn out well. Oh. You're going to have to hire someone else.
You're going to have to repeat this process with a real photographer.
I don't know that anyone would have been shocked to hear the news that the girl in the hot pink shorts didn't really deliver a great product. I looked like I had my parents' camera in there.
At what point in your life did you look back on that and realize, oh, I was not dressed professionally?
Honestly, I would love to say it was the next day that I realized that, but it was for sure a couple years down the road till I went, oh, that's really embarrassing. And well, I think what it is the longer that I stayed with photography and actually committed to this is going to be my profession, and that I'm doing this and people are going to take me seriously, and I'm just going to learn the professionalism of the business as opposed to it just being a hobby that I really enjoy and have fun with. But now especially, I told Micah, and now granted this was literally 10 years ago, I told him, I said, sometimes I want to reach back out and say, I'm ready now.
I've learned some things. I've grown.
I have multiple blazers. I will be there.
I will wear pants.
I don't even own hot pink. I don't own anything hot neon pink anymore. So please give me another shot. You don't even have to pay me. Consider it redemption.
Oh my gosh. But you gotta give those young people, give them a chance. They gotta spread their wings and
I would also
learn some things.
I would also maybe like to sit down with my parents probably tomorrow, or at least in the next week, and question why when I told them I was going to be photographing a law firm, they didn't, my mom didn't go, what are you going to wear to that? Instead, she was like, have fun. And I'm like, I always do, Mom.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. The other day, Holly sent me some photos from Everly had a birthday party, and there were some of Dot, and I showed my mother-in-law, and she goes, oh my gosh, these photos are so good. It's like a professional took them. I said, well, it was Holly. And sometimes she's very professional.
Sometimes. You don't know which version you're going to get.
She's wearing short shorts. I don't remember anything like that in high school. I'm trying to think. One time I do remember this. I was in 8th grade.
All the good things happened.
Everything happens in 8th grade. And I remember one of my friends who was in 7th grade, her dad was one of our teachers. And she was dating, I'm using quotation marks around the word dating because, they didn't.
Yeah.
They sat next to each other at football games. I don't know. A guy in class. Well, something happened in class. Apparently this was a secret that everyone knew about but me.
Oh, good.
So we were sitting in class, and I guess I said something, I don't remember, out loud about them dating or something like that. And everyone was just like, Sallie, she's not allowed to date. What are you doing? Like blowing the cover. And I felt like everyone was mad at me.
Yeah, I feel attacked.
So I go to bell rings, time to go to athletics. We had to be bused from the building to the gym. So we're driving back. It's after athletics. And I remember what I was wearing. I had on, it was from Gap. It was this red quarter zip pullover, like you zip it and it turns into a turtleneck. It was like a crimson-y red with white stripes down the arms. And I had on jeans, like red jeans. Or not, they were either a red that was matching, or I had on just regular jeans. Can't remember. But then I had this old, like, mechanics jacket that was vintage youth group. It was the youth from the youth group my dad started. And so it said on the back, it said 180. And it was like vintage. It was so cool. And I had it like slung over my shoulder. Oh my God. So the bus in front of us is the boys' bus, all the football player boys. And then the girls have a bus. And I am the first person off the bus. And this girl's dad is the one driving our bus, okay? So I'm the first person off. I'm holding my jacket. I'm feeling really low because I feel like everyone hates me. But on the outside, I'm portraying confidence.
Oh, how could you not in this quarter zip?
Yes. And I had like a bun ponytail, where like you pull it through to a ponytail, but then you don't pull it all the way through. So you have like this weird tail. You have like a bun with like a tail hanging out the back. That's what I had. So the doors open, and there's a half second between getting off the bus and being off the bus that I don't remember because I missed a step or something and just face planted.
Oh my God.
From the bus to the sidewalk. And I don't remember what happened. It was just
like
boom,
out.
boom. Yes. And I'm laying there on the sidewalk. Meanwhile, the boys from the other bus are exiting, and they're just like looking at me, sprawled out on the sidewalk.
Were you bleeding?
No, but it was a full-on boom, face plant. And my teacher's just like, "Are you okay?" Yes, I'm fine. And so I have to get up and pretend that meant nothing to me. I'm not even fazed by that. That was, I do that and just like keep my jacket over my shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
And portray confidence walking back up to middle school. And I still think about that sometimes. And every time I get off a bus, which isn't often, but sometimes I look 3 times to make sure that my footing is secure.
Well, yeah, you might want to secure that.
It was devastating. I didn't want to go to school the next day.
I wouldn't want to really go anywhere, maybe for a week.
We have to go to a different school, Mom. I can't go back. Yeah.
I portrayed some confidence in 8th grade as well. My sister was getting married. 2008 was the year. And I loved NSYNC, of course. So I was listening to their album, No Strings Attached. What a great album. Yes. And they have this really sweet song on there called This I Promise You. And it's all about, till the day my life is through, this I promise you. Just beautiful, beautiful artistry in the song. I would sit in my room next to my radio and I would turn it up and I would put it right into my ear and I would practice singing this song because I thought maybe if my sister overhears me, she's going to ask me to sing this at her wedding. Like, and when I say that I was confident, I mean 100% without a doubt. I was getting anxious leading up to the wedding because I was like, oh my God, okay. I'm ready to sing this song, but it's like, I don't know. It's just going to be like, I haven't performed in front of people in like so long. It's just going to be so much. Well, the wedding came and went and I was never asked. And I told my sister,
really surprising.
I know, I don't understand. I told her later I was practicing that NSYNC song to sing at your wedding. She goes, that was for me. I was like, I really thought you were going to overhear me and ask me to
I like the idea of her being in her room.
And the serenade just taking her away.
That is the voice of an angel.
Where's that?
Holly?
Is that my sister?
Oh my gosh. I I didn't know we were surrounded by such talent.
There's such talent in this home.
Oh, you must sing. You must sing to me in my groom
My girl.
as we exchange our vows.
Maybe as I walk down the aisle, you
Because what I want is my 8th grade sister
2008. Oh yeah.
to sing at my wedding.
In sync.
In sync. That's what I want.
I want her as a one-person show to sing.
Falsetto. I don't want a band. I don't want anything that will take away from that angelic voice.
Only thing I want at my wedding is my sister singing in sync. It's all I want. More than my groom to be there. That's what I want.
8th graders and high schoolers just don't have the plights that we did. Do you wonder? I wonder why that is. I know there are some awkward teenagers now.
Well, yeah, I think it's
but it doesn't feel. It feels like there's a lot of really beautiful 14-year-olds, and I'm just like,
you're telling me
you don't have a pimple.
I'm telling you, I photograph them, and I'm like, what's your routine like?
What's is it like Rodan and Fields? What are you?
What foundation? Oh, you get Botox. Oh, you're 14. Oh my God.
Yeah, that they make you feel. Yeah, I have felt like, oh, I don't belong. I don't fit in here. And then it makes me feel like high school.
I know. And I'm like, all right, I got to get it together. I'm the adult in this situation. I'm
I
on
am
top.
married. I've got a bank account with money in it.
And it's a steady flow.
I've got health insurance.
Oh,
Bet they don't have that.
bet you're on your mama's health
You're on-
insurance.
Your mom and dad paid for that, didn't they? Mm-hmm. But I'm the adult, yeah. I am really curious when Dot gets to be a teenager, just what that's going to be like.
Oh, I can't wait.
I don't know.
I can wait.
I can't wait.
No, like I can wait, but I can't wait for the moments where there's just that awkwardness that comes with that preteen stage, and that I know that there will be emotions, and it will have its own whatever it will be. But Micah and I frequently are like, man, I can't wait to hear the goofy things that her and her friends are talking about or think is cool, and we're like, oh God, we're so old because that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. I don't know. I look forward to I don't look forward to her being older, but I look forward to just having a silly goose time.
Oh my gosh. I think the hardest thing for me to think about is the inevitability that at some point my kids will feel like they don't fit in or that they're not liked by peers, or I'm just like, I don't look forward to. Can you just stay little and think you're amazing and awesome forever, but not in a spoiled narcissist way?
But in a
Can
way,
we find a balance.
But in a way that if there needs to be balance, just like we talked about last week, I'll get a baseball bat.
Go to there.
I'll get that equalizer, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Anything else you need to share with me?
Happened in high school or middle school. Oh, I mean, there's so many.
It's like just when we think we get to know each other, we've got something else to say.
I know. I'm trying to think. I can't. Well, I mean, you know that I drew a not realistic photo of the picture of the boy that I like.
Yeah, that was beautiful art.
An exaggeration. It said
This was an exaggeration.
This was an exaggeration, like a police sketch.
I wonder if you should kind of pick that back up. Just maybe portraits.
Andrew.
Yeah.
I think you would. I think you'd find that really attractive.
I think it might even be something that you could
Keep the romance alive.
maybe
I think.
put an Etsy listing up.
Yes.
And just kind of start taking on some portraits, do commissions.
Oh my gosh.
Exaggerated portraits.
I did sell things to people in high school, not drugs.
Okay.
I sold knitted iPod covers. So when the
remember
iPod
that.
Mini came out, and I knit fuzzy iPod covers.
I don't remember it coming from you,
Oh,
but
I sold a lot.
There were people in my school who did that too, who were knitting things. And I was like, who knits?
I knit socks. I was always selling stuff.
Wow.
Well, I was always like, how can I make money off you people?
Listen, if I have to be here, I'm going to make some money.
I'm gonna at least make it worth my while.
Well,
So
while you were making money at the front of the room, I was just farting, laughing in the back of the room.
you were making money. You could have made money if you would have dressed professionally
Yeah.
and known what you were doing.
You live and you learn.
Oh man. Well, if you've got a really good, embarrassing something that like you're in bed at night as an adult woman and occasionally it just crosses your mind something you did in middle school.
And you kind of just cringe.
You cringe and you think, oh God, I hope nobody remembers that I did that.
We want to remember that you did that.
We want to celebrate that with you.
Please tell us.
Please.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I think we've enjoyed sharing ridiculous things of our past because we're nothing like those people now.
No, I don't fart any. I haven't farted since.
I haven't farted since 2008.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine.
Actually, you haven't farted since 2008. I'm not a doctor. You may want to get that checked out.
Maybe I will.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, why don't you subscribe to the podcast? If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, be sure to leave us a review. That helps us out tremendously.
You can also rate it on Spotify because it asked me the other day to rate it. And I gave it 5 stars.
It's weird. When I go to rate, I can only give us 5 stars. I can't give us anything less. So hopefully that's the case with everyone else too.
Lovely. Honesty.
Yeah, just honest.
All right. See you guys next week.
Goodbye.